It's August 7th, 2009. This is Matthew Ogden with your evening report. As we reported, the United States is exploding in the face of Barack Obama. Barely having served 200 days in office, Obama's administration is quickly becoming the most hated administration in recent history. The enraged opposition, which is exploding to the surface in congressional meetings all across the country, has now reached the point of being a mass phenomenon. The mob scenes are not isolated to one or two events or a limited number of congressional districts. Every single congressman is being forced to come face to face with the raging anger of their constituencies, either being forced to run out of their own town hall meetings or canceling them before they even happen. From Democrats to Republicans, from freshman congressmen to veterans, every single one is feeling the wrath being brought down on their heads, which the American population now feels towards Barack Obama himself. The true cause of this desperate anger, which we are seeing erupt in meeting after meeting, is the failures of the president himself under the influence of his team of Nazi advisors. LaRouche identified Obama's euthanasia policy as a carbon copy of Adolf Hitler 4 months ago. Obama's popularity was still high at the time that LaRouche launched this campaign. Now the tide has turned. We've entered the storm. The rage against Obama has become a mass phenomenon on an unprecedented scale, and as unemployment continues to explode, and mothers and fathers, formerly able to support their families, are no longer able to feed their children or themselves, this rage will only get more and more intense. LaRouche PAC activists have attended numerous town hall meetings across the country, finding the pattern the same everywhere. 1,500 people met Florida Representative Kathy Castor with screaming, shoving, jeers. Over 1,000 protesters showed up at Representative Mel Carnahan's town meeting in St. Louis, locked out of the event and physically attacked, it is suspected, by members of the SEIU Union, George Soros's network of political foot soldiers. Representative Ann Kirkpatrick, a Democrat from Arizona, had to shut down her town meeting after it was overrun by protesters. LaRouche PAC activists attended a town meeting organized by Representative John Dingell in Michigan, finding the crowd of over 1,000 cheering their organizing and rallying behind their signs and interventions. The footage you are now watching was recorded by a member of the LaRouche PAC on the inside of this event.
Good evening to everybody. Once again, I want to commend you for turning out tonight. My name is Eric Schneiderwin, and I'm the state president of the AARP. AARP is here tonight because we think I have a question for this young man. He has a right to represent me. I'm his father, and I want to talk to you face to face. Not put a question on paper that you're going to avoid. I want to ask a question on behalf of this young man. Under the Obama health care plan which you support, this man would be given no care whatsoever because he is a cerebral palsy handicapped person. Oh, yes, that's true. All right, shut up! Dr. Ezekiel will answer. Cerebral palsy are no good. Let the president answer. Let me answer. Yes, go ahead. The answer is we put an amendment in which will address his specific problems. You voted for the death sentence for this young man. because you never read the bill. You are a fraud, and you're sentencing this person to death under the Obama plan.
Feeling the heat of these mobs in Michigan and mobs like them all over the United States, radio host Glenn Ford reports that senior congressional leader Representative John Conyers, speaking this week at the celebration of the Progressive Democrats' anniversary in Washington, publicly distanced himself from President Barack Obama. Barack Obama's stance on health care has been wrong and is going to cost the president big time, said John Conyers. It might even cost Obama his second term in the White House. Conyers described the health care bill as crap. There is no one more disappointed than I am in Barack Obama, he said. Conyers identified Rahm Emanuel, reporting that Emanuel wants to pass any type of health care bill, anything, just to score a victory for Obama. Whether it's Emanuel's fault or Obama's fault, Conyers said, it will be the president who pays the price. Conyers said that he's speaking out in such stark terms now because we've got to tell Obama now or else he will be a one-term president. Conyers is obviously feeling the political heat of the constituency's rage, and he's not willing to sacrifice himself on the altar of Obama's ego. We should expect more senior political leaders like him to publicly denounce Obama in this way and begin the process of putting Obama under the proper adult supervision. This country is on the verge of a revolution, for better or for worse. Citizens, it is our job to rise to the occasion of this moment and educate the rage of our fellow Americans, to direct it towards overthrowing the real enemy of this country, the empire of monetarism, and replace it with a credit system to foster a renaissance of scientific progress and creativity, a new philosophy of economics based on man, not money. Lyndon LaRouche will be publishing a new report on this very subject. Stay tuned. This is Matthew Ogden signing off. It's August 7th, 2009, and this has been Off the Cuff.